back to another episode of Ideally Though.
Ideally Though.
I'm your host Erica, and with me is my hubby, my bestie, my butt of his squad.
Yeah, what up?
We officially only have a couple more days until Christmas.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It went by so fast. I think all of my friends and acquaintances in their 30s are like, time is flying by. And I'm like, why did nobody tell us about this?
I think most of I'd say 30-year-olds up at least now. Kind of are understanding their like mortality even more. Yeah, as you get older, you start to learn more about yourself and like how much time is really the commodity. You know what I mean? Not fuck a dollar bill and all that bullshit. It's nice, money's nice, but like your time and shit, you start to go like, hey, I got a lot of time ahead of me, but I do have some years behind me now. I'm not like getting younger at all.
Yeah, like when our parents would say time is flying, I'm like, yeah, right. Like it's long and dreadful. That's how we felt.
Yeah, I'm sure that's like how like our teenage daughter might feel.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean?
long.
Like it's long and oh my god. But then you get to a point where you're 35, you're like, holy shit. Like I got a whole lifetime literally behind me right now.
Do you kind of notice that like the 30-year-olds when we were growing up, like it seemed like they kind of hated being in their 30s or I love being in my 30s. Like I feel like I'm a little of a cougar and I'm
That's
loving
so funny.
it.
But you're not. 30 is so
a
young.
Little bit. Yeah, it is young.
It's young as fuck.
When you still have people in their 20s, they're looking at you like,
yeah.
And I'm like, you could never.
But you don't realize 30 is young until you're in your 30s. And some people say that's unfair to say because it's like, it's not. Like, I understand. Just like, unless you do the job, you don't have experience in the job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It feels like that. Like, 30, 35, even up to like 40, 45, you're still pretty young.
Yeah.
Because you're like not even really at your halfway point.
Anybody who's turning 30 soon or next year, like any advice I would give them is that don't worry about not being there yet. Like 20s were really trash if you think about it. Your 30s is your come up. Like
yeah, you're supposed to fuck up.
Two separate sides of the coin when I see people who turn 30. They're either like hating it and like I'm still young trying to prove it, or they're like they settle into it and they're like I'm 30 and I'm actually where I want to be or I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
And I mean, I loved it. When I turned 30, my daddy, got me a little party, and I was like, I'm 30, you guys. So no one can ever shame me about my age. I am definitely getting up there. I mean, but
you should. Do you see
you bitches could never.
Do you see what what's their face? I mean, Mariah Carey looks like right now.
Yeah, everybody's looking
like
really good.
They don't even look their age. So does it matter at this point now?
As millenniums, it's like we're not smoking cigarettes and drinking gin while we're pregnant, and like we're really taking care of ourselves. A lot more people are vegan, vegetarian.
There's all these microplastics.
We're really trying to watch ourselves,
keeping us nice and tight.
Yeah. There's plastic surgery. I'm here for the plastic surgery.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a thing to like be concerned about your age or whatever. I've never been, but I'm different than most people.
Yeah, it's different when you're a woman though. It's like always trying to, top your younger self and stuff, and also the young little 20-year-old bitches. Now I can say like them young little 20 because I ain't in it right now. Probably like them little young girls.
Yeah, but I call everybody kids. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, kids. I don't give a fuck. Like, but I guess you're right. It is different for women. Men don't really have to kind of consciously have to think about that. Some people do. I can't take some of that away from some people, but I'm not one of those that consciously have. I like getting older. I died 3 times. I want to get older.
I like it too. It's a blessing to see another year.
Hell yeah, it is. It's a blessing to crack my fucking eyes every day. Thank you, God.
The only time I ever feel a little older is if I am dealing with younger 20-something-year-olds, then I'm like, oh, I am the older bitch.
Okay.
And I can tell because also I have the wisdom and a little of the gray hair to prove it.
Like, you're not like dumb.
Yeah, I'm like, oh God, was that me?
Because you can look at somebody and be like, oh my God, this guy's dumb. And I go, oh, I used to be that dumb.
Right. And then worry about things that you don't like worry about anymore. Like I would be like, oh my God, like older people don't give a fuck. And I never understood why, because everything hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I really don't have time to give a fuck.
Yeah, they just blew up Gaza and shit. Like all this, so many.
Yeah, I've been through 9/11. I've been through some Trump twice. What else you got?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're on the threat
So
of nuclear war since like Desert Storm.
we had freaking computers. We had MySpace,
We've been through it all. It's
Facebook.
weird being the middle child, but we got a
Yeah,
lot of understanding, I think, of how
we're
like
really
both
good
sides of the
middle
family
child,
kind of works. We are the middle millennials are the middle children.
but we're the best middle child.
We're the only middle child. Like if you really look at like the graph of it all, we're like right here. We're like in the middle where we understand the past.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of technically building a lot of the future, Zuckerberg and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we're building the future and how like things go. But in that middle point, you look both ways. And you're like everything sucks around us.
So I'm gonna go take a nap.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely understand. The grandmas, the fathers, the mothers who are like, why are you worried about that? Because that stuff used to actually
A nap.
like annoy me a little bit when it was like, why do you worry about that? It's like because I am worried about it. This is the only thing I can worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're right. You are so right.
now I'm like, and what's next? Because I want to go into my house and lay down. Like I don't give a lot of energy anymore
Yeah, you're not
to anything.
Uh-huh.
If people want to talk to me, they talk to me. If they don't, I'm on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching TV,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then speaking of TV, you guys, we actually are doing the Ideally Tho Awards.
Yay!
Part 1.
This is the second annual one.
Second annual. And this is going to be all about TV shows.
Yes.
I'm a big TV head, so I wanted to make sure that I gave the just due to all the TV shows I love that don't get credit a lot.
Is there a difference between like cinephile and like a person who likes TV, or would they?
I am a cinephile.
Yeah, are they?
Yeah.
Would they? They're in the same category, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine.
I just hate when I see award shows, Emmys, where, of course, all across the board, you give certain awards to those great shows. But there's some shows that I watch that I'm like, I don't see enough awards going to these people, this production crew.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I want to do my own award show. It's not nothing right now, but it's gonna be something, bitch.
I wouldn't say that.
So
we're on the second annual one.
Yeah,
it's
second.
Something. It's real.
Somebody's watching. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we are gonna do the Ideally Tho Awards and start with our shows. And I actually have how I have them listed is from the beginning of the year going down. Like they're all for the most part
chronologically.
In order.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any categories for these shows. They're just amazing shows that deserve our award.
Okay. What you got first then?
So let's see. First show that came out that was like amazing. This came out the beginning of January. Mm-hmm. True Detective Night Country season 4.
Okay, well, that's off to True Detective.
That was the best. So I think we got into True Detective because of Night Country.
Was it?
Yes.
No, it was not. I
yes,
don't think
it was.
Yeah, and then we went backwards. In reverse. I kind of remember because I remember hearing more and more about.
We never watched anything.
What's his faces? The first season.
That's Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey's season.
His season 1.
Yeah, I heard a lot about that, so I think
we ended up watching it backwards because it was so good. Yeah, we started with 4 and then went back to first.
Yeah, you're
right. We still haven't finished it, but
it's been a long year.
It's been a long year. If you guys haven't seen Night Country, True Detective Night Country, it is on Max. Jodie Foster is the star of it.
Yeah.
And it just takes place in Alaska, and they have that week of like, I don't know if it's a week, but it's like they tend to have a month of darkness.
Yeah, a month of darkness.
Those who live in Alaska know what I'm talking about. And there is a murder that happens at some kind of science hub.
Yeah, it's like a laboratory.
Yeah, lab.
Research lab.
Yeah, and they're trying to figure out where these missing scientists went, what happened to them, and it was amazing. Yeah. And it made me low key want to like move to Alaska for a little bit, but I don't really crazy like the code.
She lying.
But it did make me feel cozy inside. But Night Country was bomb as hell, and they won a lot of awards.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those shows that really the proof is in the pudding. True Detective is a great series overall, and this one had nothing but like female leads in it, which was really interesting
because it wasn't like that for the other seasons.
Yeah, it wasn't like that for the other seasons, and this one was awesome. I remember getting a lot of awards. It deserves all these awards, and we're just gonna fit ours right into the same pocket here because it was a show that definitely, I would say, defined its worth this year for sure.
And it had a little twist on the twist.
Yeah, it was great. It was a good show.
It definitely kept me on my seat, and it was weekly. You know how this year they started where everything is going to start back weekly.
I said that. I was talking about them doing that years ago. I was saying that
Take out the
years ago.
binge.
Take out the binge because it's killing a lot of TV, a lot of stuff anyway. Need to put movies back in movie theaters and make them stay for a little while longer before they get to streaming, you know. So hopefully they continue to make this move because doing the weekly thing kept the suspense going like a regular TV show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something people were discussing on X at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm live tweeting something with that show, then it means something. So yeah, True Detective definitely deserves to be on that list for sure.
Also, the reason why we're gung ho about weekly, that's how we grew up. We are not the binge era. We were like anticipating what's going to happen next week, anything we watched. So True Detective was really good.
I'm thinking more like on the business side of things. You're not gonna make a lot of money just letting your show sit out there and ride. You catch a lot of eyes, and there's like instances where you will, but having the opportunity to do things weekly gives your show, I feel like, more longevity.
Absolutely. And you can bring in more people that way too.
Yeah, advertising dollars and shit.
So the next show is, and this is the one that you came to me with.
Oh.
Yeah, so it doesn't happen a lot, but it did, and it did blow my mind.
I try not to.
It was very cerebral.
You know how hard it is to get this woman to watch something with you?
When you're a cinephile, you don't trust no one's judgment.
Come on.
Okay, this one is the 3-Body Problem.
Oh yeah, hey, I forgot about that.
Amazing.
Yeah, that show was good.
Hats off to you.
Hey, thanks.
Because I was like at the edge of my seat, like, what if this happens?
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Very suspenseful all the way through.
It is.
This could happen. If you can give a little bit of what it's about.
There's an alien race that is going to invade Earth. And as of right now, we've kind of gotten notice of it. Like we understand that they're coming.
Yeah.
So we have a number of years to get the human race prepared for the invasion itself.
Yeah.
The reason why they are invading is because their local solar system has a 3-body issue. This is, if you know about it in physics, if you have 3 planetary bodies that orbit each other, the orbits are random. You can't really predict where the third body will swing itself around one of the other bodies, and it's not I can't remember the name of the type of system, but it's not like a balanced system. It's not it's not unbalanced, but it's not a balanced system. And the alien race itself sees that receives a message from our planet, basically saying like, "Hey, yo, we out here," you know, and they answered back, and they are literally trying to escape their world because in a 3-body problem or 3-body problem, since the trajectories of the orbits are so randomized, it is catastrophic. No matter how you turn the table, it is a catastrophic thing for the planets. Something will fall into the sun. A planet will just be thrown out of orbit and then just lost in space. It's all types of stuff. Seasons could be on and off like that.
I feel like with a lot of shows that do the alien thing, it's like we want to come to Earth because ours is getting destroyed.
Yeah, usually.
It's like, damn, is Earth really that good? But it really ain't because it's ghetto over here.
It really is one of the best planets because it's the only one we know of that can support life. Yeah. So it would be the reason why like they come to us,
dibs.
Right? So So yeah, 3-Body Problem is based off a book. Good. I believe his name is Lian Chixlu, if I'm not mistaken.
You have to put the accent on it when you do it.
But it's like XINL, like it's weird. But
definitely makes you think.
Fantastic.
That was so good. I'm gonna be honest. If you're a basic bitch, this is not gonna be for you. But if you like to think, like and yes, it's definitely shade because it's it's a really, really good ass show.
It's a thinker. It makes you think, and it's I would say a very good existential horror. In its own way, it's existential horror.
Because it's so like relatable, could happen.
Yeah, there's a concept real quick of the dark forest. Like if there's a forest and you can't see anything else, but you know you're there, kind of like space. We are in a dark forest. Earth just orbits in darkness, and if you were to shine a light out, if like click, what if somebody clicked back?
Yeah, it's scary.
It's scary. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
also, when you're getting warned, you shouldn't do this Because that was what happened on Three
Yeah.
Body Problem. You
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing it. You
Hey,
shouldn't be them. Yeah,
don't send
do
out no
this
radio wave messages.
because there's some unfriendly characters out here, and I know about them. You know, so Three Body
Good stuff.
Problem. It
I'm
is
glad
on
they make the
Netflix.
list. I'm glad they make the list.
It should.
Here you go, Three Bodies.
And it's on Netflix if you guys want to catch it. Okay, my next one is one I've watched. You haven't watched because you're just really kind of like hell bent on not watching it.
Okay, what's this one?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh,
Mr. It was. It ain't. And I promise. And I thought the same thing because we was talking shit in the beginning of the year about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, is why can't we have two black leads instead of one black and one Asian, whatever? But Charles Gambino, he did his thing.
Really?
Oh my god, it was really good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you've told me throughout this year that it's really, really good, and every single time I see it, I see no disrespect.
No disrespect. She's not really a cute thing,
and I am pulled directly out
because we would love to see like an attractive black lead with an attractive black, like female to an attractive black male lead, and they don't tend to do that. They don't want to give us two because it'll be too black. That's how I feel.
Cross this year.
Yeah,
so
that
kind of filled my gap.
But yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, definitely based off of the movie. Very good. They're supposed to do a season 2. Would you say
based off the movie?
It is. I would definitely say it's based off the movie. Yeah. It's Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Yeah. And everything is very similar.
The movie's a classic.
It literally feels like, honestly, like if they were like just two white people, then you would probably be getting like them before, like when they first met or something. That's what you would get, and they kind of were aware of what they both did. So the movie would be
them have been working together for
like
years,
they first just started.
And this is them first starting.
Yeah, it's like that, and they know about it. And Mr. and Miss Smith in the beginning they didn't know about it. So this one they're working together, and they're amateurs. So I like to see that, and you see two different types of people. Charles Gambino's character is more of like, I know we're supposed to be like secretive about ourselves, but open up to me. And she's like, no, nigga, this is a job. And, we're married, but we're also doing the job and I'm trying to get promoted. So it's like that. So you deal with conflict with them. They're supposed to have a season 2. So I would love to see how they switch it up. But you can actually catch Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Amazon Prime. I liked it.
Congrats. Okay,
the next one, and we watched this together. This is based off one of my favorite shows in the world, The One Who Lived. The Ones Who Lived.
The Ones Who Lived.
Rick Grimes, Michonne, the spinoff to Walking Dead.
God damn, this has been a jam-packed fucking year. Holy fuck.
So if you guys are Walking Dead fans, anyone out there, I'm the biggest Walking Dead fan since the beginning. We get to see what happens with Rick because we all know, spoiler alert, it's been years. He's not dead. We get to see him. We get to see Jadis, who took him off on the helicopter. And we're seeing Michonne, which leads off from The Walking Dead, trying to find Rick. And her meeting people, seeing how Rick is coping in his new life. And it's amazing. And we also take a little bit from the comic book that we were like, hey, we didn't get this the first couple seasons or at all. And they kind of bring in some stuff from the comic book.
Yeah, it was finally happy he lost his arm.
Yeah.
I was finally... Oh, sorry, spoiler.
That's why I wasn't trying to say nothing. I said from the comic book. But very, very, very good and redemption arc to me. Like, finally, we can close this big chapter of... I've been watching this show for probably 15 years. Like 14, 15 years since I
literally close to our daughter's age.
Yeah, she was like a year when the show came out.
That's crazy.
So The Ones Who Live is on AMC Plus. I think you can be able to catch it on Netflix next month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good for them.
So you're not getting a whole bunch of different people from The Walking Dead. You're just really going to get...
It was a much smaller, more reserved cast.
Like maybe 5 people.
But wouldn't that be kind of like the idea right now, because they have all those different branches shows?
They couldn't be able to give us the movies and stuff, so they decided to do the spin-offs with what was it, Dead City, and then Daryl, the book Daryl and the Book of Carol, which were not on my list because they weren't crazy good.
Oh no.
But The One Who Lives definitely made it, because from start to end, and they had their hands in it. Rick's character,
Andrew Lincoln,
him and Michonne, they actually helped direct it, write it, and I was like, this is like so amazing. I want to cry. I was getting up right at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch it on Sunday,
You
and
did.
it was so good. I watched it at least 3 times a day.
You were literally on the
Yeah.
couch watching it. Yeah, you were.
I would watch it once or twice, and then I wait for you to watch it again. So I was watching like 3 times. So if you guys want to check it out again, The Ones Who Live.
Solely keeping the film industry alive.
All right, the next one. This was a controversial one. We had a whole episode podcast episode about this. Quiet on Set: The Dark Side of Kids TV.
Oh, okay.
That was really. I had not seen any documentaries that really caught my eye up until this came out.
Mm.
And of course, you guys. I'm pretty sure a lot of people seen it.
See, I'd be trying to get you to watch docs, and then you don't.
The thing is, I'm not trying to spiral like your mom and then end up watching a whole bunch of like IDTV and just be like, that's what I'm gonna have it on. And also, I want to be positive in my life. I don't want to be looking around the corner. I get scared.
Yeah, you are a weenie.
I don't want to watch all these little dads. But Quiet on Set was really good. It definitely tarnished our childhood. With if you're a Nickelodeon kid, I was a Disney more, but I did.
I was a Nickelodeon kid.
Watch Nickelodeon, like all that and Kenny and Kel.
It sucks to like know that
Amanda Bynes show.
Those things were happening, and I had watched those. I grew up on that. I didn't grow up on Disney. Disney was too kid-like for me.
It wasn't for me, but you had a full-time job at 6 years old, and I was living my life with my pigtails and my little beret. Yeah. So I was a Lizzie McGuire fan.
Mine's Nicole.
But we had a whole episode on that. So if you guys haven't checked it out, it is on Max or IDTV, I believe. And it talks about like the bad things that happen on the set of a lot of Nickelodeon shows. Yeah, that was really good.
That was one that definitely made me sit back and go like, common sense truly is not common. Some parents really don't care. And if they do care, they just aren't listened to. Mm-hmm. And, that industry it will cannibalize you if you don't, like, really pay attention. That's some scary stuff.
It's Hollywood for you.
Yeah. It's nastiness out there, man.
It was so good, they got nominated for an Emmy.
Good. Well, and you also won.
You won an and that's better than being nominated. You actually got the award. The next one, Jerrod Carmichael reality show. The
Carmichael reality show. Okay.
That one was on Max. Now, this is the thing. We had talked about it prior to it coming out, and we kind of said some spoilers when we were watching the show. I did not know he was gay until right before the show came out.
Wow. Yeah, you didn't watch Nathaniel.
No, I did not. I was used to watching his, his TV show with David Allen Greer.
Yeah, the Carmichael show.
Yeah, the Carmichael show. And I was like, okay, this is good to see him in his elements and him talking to like Tyler the Creator. That was like his crush. But as we got deeper in, it was some hot and cold moments on the show, if I'm being honest. I didn't like that he was such a whore, but that happens when you're trying to figure out your sexuality. Yeah. And I was just like, I don't like it. Why get a boyfriend if you're like want to be sucking on some nigga toes from Grindr? Like I don't like this for you.
Yeah.
But when he actually had to talk with his mom, it was like a lot of us like, yeah, don't let her get away with that, because you get those like holier than thou Christian, they like to say Bible thumping moms who is like, gay is a sin and you're going to hell. Yeah. And it's like, well, you stay with a whole man that cheat on you. So which we got to balance the scales out. Yeah. It's just like people, and I was talking to my sister about this. It's just like people saying they don't want to get abortions because it's a sin or like it's in the Bible, but having sex outside of marriage is the same thing. And you usually are getting an abortion because you ain't married and you don't want, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody slipped up.
So it's like, we pick and choose our sins.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I love that he really was giving it to his mom.
Yeah. Nathaniel kind of sets the stage, I guess, and that would have been that's one of his comedy specials. I believe that came out the year prior to this coming out, or the 2 years prior.
Yeah, because he has the red on.
Yeah, that's when he's all in red, and it's not really a special. If you
it's like a really therapy session.
If you really compare it to anything of recent, it's kind of like if anybody has watched that Jamie Foxx special. It's not really comedy. It's more like I would say variety kind of show without the variety. It's more like I'm finna sit up here and like state my case, tell some jokes, and maybe talk.
He changed how he kind of does comedy now. Yeah, it's like storytelling now.
The type of thing that Chappelle was doing during the pandemic, the little pop-up spots and the little special that came out where he was talking about George Floyd.
Yeah.
He had some jokes, but it was mostly him talking.
Yeah.
That's what Rothaniel did. And it set up the stage, I feel like, for the Carmichael joint, which, I mean, congrats. I liked it. Very divisive. Very divisive. Very you did say like hot and cold, so I would agree to that. Very divisive and very uncomfortable at times. But I think to tell a certain side of the story, you have to make things uncomfortable.
That's true.
So, I mean, kudos to him for the award because I did enjoy the Carmichael.
I loved it, and we don't have a lot of reality shows on this list.
Yeah.
And he deserves it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
good choice.
absolutely.
Good choice.
Okay, the next one. Them, The Scare.
Ah.
So it's the second show to They.
They.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
it goes They and then Them.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the next one's going to be.
I don't know. This that would be good.
Maybe.
Them was really good. It set the stage in what the late 80s, early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
We had the singer Luke James in it, and he plays the
had no idea that nigga
killer.
can act as well as he did. How come nobody's talking about that?
I mean, we've seen him in things like New Edition, but this was a way different. I think this was his first thing.
This is not a That's not a new.
It's not
New Edition. He sings.
Yeah,
that's that the nigga did it for a job.
He's also in The Shy, but I haven't seen The Shy, and I don't think it's that kind of show. So I think he really put his foot forward with this one.
I don't think it's that kind of show at all.
Yeah, I don't think
so. The Shy might have a few moments.
Empire.
It might have some few moments, but this was different.
This was really taking it to another level.
Yeah, he felt very Heath Ledger-ish.
Mm-hmm. So it takes place in the 90s. You have I don't even know this actress name, but she's, oh my God, she's so freaking amazing.
She's so pretty.
She's so pretty. Gorgeous. She's a police officer, and they're trying to figure out about these serial killings that's going on in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And you also are taken over to him, where they're connected, and how he's like trying to be an aspiring actor, and he's not getting it, and people are humiliating him, and then he's like, oh, I want this movie. So he like dives deep into the serial killer aspect of things, and he takes it too far. Mm-hmm. And it's still connected to the first show, They, mm-hmm. and which you don't learn. You kind of learn towards the end of it that it is connected, mm-hmm. and that show is really good. It was so good.
It's a definite mindfuck of a show. It's not something that you're gonna instantly, I'd say, follow.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it is very pieced together in the best way possible. I know that sounds wrong, but what I mean by that is like it drip feeds you very important info only when it needs to. The show is a very big mental ride.
It's like if you guys ever watch any like Atlanta, like any Charles Gambino.
Surreal. Very
it's
surreal.
Like that.
It's very surreal.
Yeah, very much.
Surrealist and awesome. I think Luke James is that dude's acting chops.
Oh my gosh,
they're
so
different.
Great.
Like when I say a Heath Ledger comparison, he methodical, very methodical, and you could see the way he dipped into that character up until a point where he was pretty intimidating. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
The writer / director Little John did his thing, because when you got the previews to that show, he remixed "I Love Your Smile" by Shanice, and I was like, "This is scary."
That like if you can get the Us, I Got 5 on it, like feel.
Like the Jordan Peele.
And then I love how they're doing that with like our classics now.
It's a mixture between Charles Gambino and Jordan Peele. That's what Lil Jon gives. That's the director's name.
I bet that guy like watches a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
I bet that
I think they all kind of probably are in the same realm, and they're like, oh yeah, this I think just like that, So I think everybody who watched, I'm pretty sure Jordan Peele probably he checks that off like, yeah, that shit was fire. It's very similar to his shit.
I would bet. For sure.
This one, now I'm just personally gonna put it on the list because I don't care what nobody says. Velma season 2. Now this is the thing. I did this last year and y'all was talking shit, but guess what? It got a season 2. Y'all thought y'all would cancel my girl, but she wasn't canceled. Now she's canceled, but that's okay.
That's besides the point.
But that's okay. We got, what's crazy? We got a season 2. They did numbers and they didn't even get to promote. So that was the BS that Max played with Velma. I had to randomly go on Max and be like, oh, Velma.
Yeah.
And then they gave us like a Halloween special with Sweetie, so she got to voice act on it.
That's cool.
But this season wasn't as good as the first season, but I'm still gonna give it a reward. Like sometimes things are given when you don't. Yeah, and this my show. So Velma gets an award with no promo. Like, come on now, I can only do so much.
That's fair.
That you guys are playing with the algorithm.
Yeah, and they couldn't do anything because of the SAG-AFTRA stuff anyway. So yeah, I mean that's fair. Good stuff.
All right, the next one, Interview with the Vampire season 2. This is on AMC Plus. Season 2 is probably to me a little better than season 1. Like we got to see them in Paris.
You're more familiar with like the books and other movie and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So this was me kind of like watching. I'm not really into all that, so my initial thoughts of the first season was like, hey, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
The second season made me go, I hope it does. It's not a show that ends, but I'm sure it feels like the ending. I don't know. I don't know personally.
Anne Rice has so many books in that universe, mm-hmm. So we should at least be able to get 1 to 2 more seasons out of it.
I really do enjoy the type of vampire we are getting. Mm-hmm. we go through, like, we've seen phases of like zombies and vampires and all that shit like over the last like 20 years or whatever, but like I like this type.
I like this type of vampire too, where if you live long enough, the sun doesn't affect you.
Yeah, whatever this type. I have to read her stuff.
Anne Rice does a really good job. Yeah. You think about different vampires you like, and I feel like I've come to the conclusion that Anne Rice's vampires is probably one of my favorite. So you guys, if you haven't watched it, you follow a Black Louis who is in like the 1920s,
something like that, yeah.
And he is a pimp. Mm-hmm. But season 2, him and his quote unquote daughter / sister that they turned, they're going to Paris to see if they can find any vampires after they killed
Lestat.
Yeah. And that follows them and his new love interest. And I like that they kind of go back to present time where he's sitting there and talking, after they're interviewing.
The interview section is very, that stuff is scary because you feel like anybody can go off the handle at any point during the interview.
Yeah, portion. Absolutely.
The retelling of the stories, it gives you sit back and watch this happen. Mm-hmm. But when you're in those interview sections of the show, it's like, oh God, like you fear for the interviewer. I forget his name right now.
Now I'm forgetting his name too. For some reason, I watched Interview with the Vampire like every night. Why I'm forgetting, I don't freaking know.
But like for him in particular, you feel like, dude, just get out.
But he's so sarcastic. He's not even scared, like how they actually go back in time and show like when he first met Louis and interviewed him in the 80s.
He didn't have to be scared. He's got like Parkinson's?
Yeah, he had Parkinson's.
Like, nigga, I'm dying.
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't care. And him also dealing with like they have that vampire kind of police in a sense. I forgot the name of, because they're all around Anne Rice's universes.
Yeah.
So I forgot what the name of it is. I should do better research. But I love what happens at the end. I love the redemption. And I like that there's a twist. And it's not just a story. No, what we forgot is what we need to actually sit back and try to remember, because we want the story to be correct. So Louis and I'm forgetting the interviewer's name. Them sitting back and trying to remember spaces in time that they forgot was great.
And why they forgot.
Yeah, why they forgot.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen Interview with the Vampire, you should watch season 1, but we're now on season 2. And
just watch it.
That was deserves the actual award.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff.
So good.
It is good.
Okay, you didn't watch this, and you said you wasn't gonna watch it after season 1. It's fine. A lot of people would not agree with you, but Bridgerton season 3, Netflix, come on, clap it up for Bridgerton. Now we finally get to season 3, and we got Penelope over there with Colin Bridgerton. We all know that she's Lady Whistledown. And we're going to finally see if she gets her man.
Does that one lady have a very deep voice still? That one, like, brunette girl?
She does, she does. She's Colin's sister, the one that's like tomboyish one that hangs out with Penelope, the best friend. But season 3 came out this year, and they did numbers, and we were like, "Hooray, Penelope! We love you," because we love to see the ugly duckling get her man, or hopefully get her man.
Mm-hmm.
She's been the chubby girl in the corner at the balls, kind of listening to gossip, and we finally get to see her love story. And I like the theme of it. Every season was one of the Bridgerton's love stories. So there's supposed to be another season comes out, and it's gonna be the second oldest brother. He's gonna be the one who has a love interest. So that'll be good to see. Maybe hopefully we get to see a black girl with him, because we have the Indian girl and we had the black guy. Let's see a black girl with one of the Bridgertons. I would love to see that.
I don't care.
You don't watch it no more. You don't watch it. But yes, Bridgerton, you guys, season 4.
Congrats.
Netflix, or season 3, sorry, you guys. Okay. Power, Ghost, book 2.
Another one I haven't watched.
The final season, we're done with the book 2 of Ghost. I've heard that they're going to do a spinoff for Tyreek's character and Tommy.
Okay.
This was, I'm going to be honest, and a lot of people probably will agree who are really heavy into Power. They broke it up into 2 sections. So we got like the first 5 episodes in the beginning of the year and the last 5 episodes towards the middle end of the year. And they wasn't giving us anything that first half. We was like, so are we going to leave off with this being the final season with nothing? Like, what's going to happen?
Well, did it round itself off nicely?
It did round itself off. They had some potholes. We need, like, Monet. We needed some things, going on for her. Michael Ealy ends up joining the cast. I said, you know what? Ever since for Color Girls, you like to play these bad roles, and I'm pretty sure like you don't like getting stopped in the middle of the street saying you're a baby killer. So like, why do you keep wanting to do these roles? But his character, it was confusing because he was doing a lot of his stuff he was a police officer for his dead wife. We never find out how she died. Like, we thought she was gonna be related to like the Tejadas, like something to do with Tyreek. It just never correlated. Like, why are we caring about this lady? He'll pull a picture up, I'm doing this for you. And it's like, you're being a dirty cop for her. Like, this, none of this makes sense.
I mean, I've been so far out of the loop. I only want to watch Kanan.
Oh, Raising Kanan. Oh, that's the best.
Was it
BMF?
BMF. That's it. I care about.
I put it on the list because A, it is the final season, but B, it was a good run.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I didn't like the first half of it, and there was some potholes in the story.
Yeah. 50's been on a pretty good run, so you know
He's
what?
Doing good.
Shouts out to you. Good job for the award, huh?
All right, I know you're gonna love this one, and a lot of people will. The Boys, season 4.
Okay, I'll give it to The Boys.
They got a lot of awards. They're still getting awards right now.
I mean, in my own personal opinion, it's one of the best visually. Just visual shows ever. Mm-hmm. I love the visual effects. I like what they do behind it. It's some really cool techniques that they do. They do a lot of breakdowns, which I love. It's not even close at this point to being what the comic book is. Mm-hmm. In fact, I would much rather people go watch the show than read the comic. And I don't do that normally.
Oh, okay. It's usually reverse.
I'm usually go read the comic, get some insight, and then you can watch this and see whether, because usually the comics are really good. In this, it's not even close. The show blows it out of the water. So for season 4, and I believe the next season is going to be the last.
Yeah, next season is going to be the last.
I mean, it's one of those shows I think will go down in history as the anti-Marvel show.
And probably one of the best shows Amazon ever came out with.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the best shows Amazon has ever came out with.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, how you feel like his character did? We brought him in. I knew he was going to be cussing on here.
Him and Butcher together in a room is... I could watch that all day.
Yeah.
I could watch that all day. Mm-hmm. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Negan made me love him.
Yeah.
Negan. I loved to hate Negan, and then I ended up going, no, I just like Negan.
Yeah.
I like him. You know what I mean?
Well,
so he kind of like has the vibrato that he just kind of brings into all of his characters that I've seen so far now, and I fucks with it. He could be an asshole. You know?
Would you have rather seen him be able to play with what was Homelander's dad's name? Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy, because they were both on the show.
Eventually, I think they will.
What is that show called again?
Supernatural.
Supernatural. So the other brother on Supernatural is supposed to come in the final season.
See, I think that
would be a
I think
good
eventually
homecoming.
they will ultimately do it. Butcher's not off the table in this.
Yeah.
So I think that we're gonna see that eventually.
If you like superhero shows, but you also are a deviant, if you haven't checked out The Boys at all, if you don't have an Amazon Prime subscription, you need to get one and watch
The Boys. Love blood, guts, and ass.
Yeah. They show a lot of penis, a lot of vagina, a lot of stuff.
That's it.
It blew my mind watching it.
Anti-Marvel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic, huh?
The next one, this was really good, but this, our hearts was racing watching this. House of the Dragon season 2. We did a whole review on it.
Womp womp.
It was good. I think the last couple episodes we were just mad because we wanted to get a whole actual showdown.
I've been waiting for full-blown war.
Yeah.
Forever. And I still have to wait for full-blown war forever.
Do you feel like, though, think about it, this is a spinoff for Game of Thrones. We didn't get no full-blown war until like season 5 when we did the Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah, but they had so much that still happened to satiate that, though.
But think about it. On season 2, there was a fight every episode. There was something going on and people dying. You just wanted the full-blown come down.
It wasn't. I'm literally the majority here now. Now I am.
I get it.
Once the show drops and then you get into it, you go on Reddit.
And you're like,
everybody was like, "Yo, nothing happened." Even though some things kind of done. Those significant things that did happen only set up shit that's gonna happen the next time we get the show.
It's kind of like y'all better do something on season 3,
or I'm done.
Yeah,
really.
I'm not gonna be done, but
I would be done. I would be done. I'm not gonna wait. My commodity, my time.
I've already put. It's like going through the door and you can't go back.
I got Soul Reaver to play.
If you guys have seen House of the Dragon, you can't watch without seeing Game of Thrones. So you got to sit back and watch 7-8 seasons of Game of Thrones, and then you can watch the 2 seasons of House of the Dragon.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Look, I'm not even gonna front. I was more disappointed by this season than I was the last. The last season, I felt like, I was feeling this season, but I did not like that we didn't get some kind of showdown. I get it. This fell in the background for me.
It didn't.
House of Dragons has fallen in the background for me. Like, I would rather go watch True Detective.
Lordy Lou.
Sorry.
I love both of them.
I know.
Yeah, it's not like a good.
Of course you do. They won the Ideally Tho Award, right? But like, I would much rather not.
All right, the next one, Monster, the Menendez brothers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Real good. We talked about this too.
Or semi-doc or whatever.
I don't know, but whatever Ryan Murphy calls these, it's really good.
Yeah.
Based on a true story.
Yeah.
Anything he's been doing, like Dahmer, Menendez, and then he's gonna do Geen next year, fire.
Yeah, it's been
they're filming right now.
Really crazy shit in that story, man. Like,
this so good. We talking about the Menendez brothers getting out because of this.
Yeah.
It would have never been a talk about it if it wasn't for Ryan Murphy.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So they're on Netflix if you guys want to check them out.
We talked a lot about that this year for sure. Yeah.
Next one, SupaCell. This is on Netflix.
Oh.
We haven't finished. I've watched it fully. He has not.
Like Vince Staples said, the super niggas.
I would have put Vince Staples show on my list. But I didn't only because I had not watched it.
That's something I slipped up on. I should watch.
And I'm pretty sure, Vince
it probably would make the list.
If you would have made my list. I just have not watched it.
For sure.
Look at how many shows I've just talked about.
Yeah, that nigga was so funny and Abbott. We have to watch that. Yeah.
So SupaCell has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
You get the Black British people in the UK superpowers. Bomb.
Yeah, it's okay. So since we are in the middle of it, we're not gonna like spoil anything, or at least I'm in the middle of it. But as of right now, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's interesting. It has some of those normal superhero show tropes that I don't like, where like the main character can't believe anything at that moment in time, like even though it's happening to him. You know, that type of shit. But up until like he finally gets up, it's right. Well.
You know how your brain tells you, well, like if you think you see,
you try to rationalize some shit. Yeah, I know. Overall, though, even with those tropes, I think so far it's pretty decent. I like it.
Yeah, they're getting a season 2.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good for them.
And again, like I said, 100% Rotten Tomatoes. So you just have to finish the last 4 episodes, but you're not going to be disappointed.
Okay.
Next one, If you haven't seen it, you behind and you need to go and catch it. The final season, which we're still not done yet, of Cobra Kai.
Oh God, oh brother.
Okay, listen. Hey, I love me
Oh
some Cobra Kai.
brother.
The only people I don't like on Cobra Kai is Samantha from Cobra Kai. But other than that,
Can't
I
though.
love Cobra Kai.
Speaking of Karate
Yeah,
Kid, did you see the trailer?
I did see the
The new
trailer
one?
to Legends.
Legends?
Yes,
Yeah.
I said, okay, Ralph Macchio
Like he
and
looked good
Jackie
in there, don't
Chan.
he? They look good
Yeah, they
together.
look really
They
good.
look
I was
decent.
like, how are we gonna really fit this? And they brought Mr. Miyagi into it, and I was
Yeah.
like, yes.
I don't think a lot of this, like, it feels as if this shouldn't be in the same universe as Cobra
Right.
Kai.
So I was like, how the hell is this gonna fit in? But when you put Pat whatever in the middle, Mr. Miyagi in the middle, then we can kind of have it correlate.
I mean, we'll see.
But Cobra Kai was really good. We going to the Mai Kai, whatever the fuck that shit
I
is.
don't know. Don't even
There,
ask me.
it's in like I forgot where is it in. I forgot what country it's in,
What,
but
Taiwan?
no, it was where the
Japan?
Cheetah Girls was on season 2. They
Yeah,
was
but
in Barcelona. Boom.
oh,
So they're doing the
Cheetah Girl.
not the-
Jesus fucking Christ! Talk about age earlier.
anyways, Cheetah Sisters. Okay, look it. So they're having a major like karate tournament from everybody around the world,
Yeah,
and
it's a Kamute.
whatever, and they have to pick the best 6 people. And this is where I got mad because we of course know that we're gonna get Hawk. We gonna have Robbie. We gonna have Miguel because he's the first out of Cobra Kai. He won. We knew we was gonna get Samantha bitch ass, and we knew Tori. But I was like, that last spot should have automatically went to Kenny. Kenny has like a crazy story arc that I felt like here's his redemption for everything that he's been through and got pulled into. Let Kenny be. But when they had, I forgot who Dimitri. If you guys know, you know. I was like, nobody want his born. He born ass.
Oh, that's the thing with the bowl cut. Huh?
He complained, the nerdy one.
Yeah,
He complained too much. I was like, why is he the 6th man? This is annoying. Anyways, you guys, it's not done. They still have 5 more episodes for the last season that comes out in like February. But if you haven't checked out Cobra Kai, it is on Netflix. Some people don't like to watch like too kiddie of a show. Like if it's high school,
dude, I can't.
I can.
I can't.
I can. Next one, and you're gonna be mad about this, but it is what it is. It's my show. Umbrella Academy final season. Boom. And that season, no put Now this is the thing. This is some people liked it at first and then stopped liking it.
Brother.
And I get it, but this final season was good.
Wasn't?
I said, okay, y'all laid it out for the final season.
I even forgot that came out this year.
Final season was great. Yeah, I stuck with Umbrella Academy.
You did.
I stuck with it.
I'll give you that. You did.
7, great superpower kids with superpowers, and they're raised by this maniac, this rich guy, and shit falls apart. They're supposed to be our age too. They were born the same year we were.
Yeah, I do.
So, if you guys haven't checked out Umbrella Academy, I would say, listen, give it a chance and watch it through.
It's legit. God.
He doesn't want to because they're too funny with it.
Reject X-Men. I don't get it.
That is like that, but I'm here for it. So, okay, next one. We talked about this. Wayne Brady's Family Remix.
All right. You know what? Now, as a reality show, we got a couple on here. That one's top.
That was probably the best reality show on my list. I got to know the ins and out of his family, his imposter syndrome. It was like, I am him and he is me.
He's human. I'm human.
He's human.
Yeah.
And for people who don't know his accolades, you should watch the show. Like, Wayne Brady is amazing at everything he does.
Wayne Brady is him.
Dancing, writing, singing, acting.
Yeah.
Anything he puts his mind to.
We legit don't give that nigga enough credit.
Enough.
Not enough.
I'm going to be honest. I think the black community doesn't give Wayne Brady enough credit.
Not enough. Not at all.
We got the Jaleel Whites, the Urkels going on his little rant about family matters and how I'm like, shut the hell up, because we really rooted for you and we were the ones watching the Family Matters. Yeah. But Wayne Brady, I feel like in our community, we need to give him more props because he's done so much.
That nigga is him.
Oh my goodness.
And his little family unit. Yo,
yes,
shouts out to y'all.
Love them.
And
the core
congratulations. The core 4, huh?
All right. Fight Night, the $1 Million Heist.
Bing Bang Boom. That's a good one. You know what?
Samuel Jackson, Kevin Hart, Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah. Heavy hitters. Don Cheadle.
Cheadle, one of my favorite actors.
Heavy hitters.
And I was talking about this at the end of last year. Like, oh, it's coming out. There's this Kevin Hart. and it was great. Weekly, it was on Peacock. It's on Peacock, you guys. You can find it on there. Really, really good, and it's based on true story.
That's what I liked about it. It's like true events, and this retelling. It was good.
Fight Night, Muhammad Ali so coming back into the ring.
It's so good.
So good. Man. All right, next one, The Penguin.
Oh,
based off of the Batman series.
You know what?
They broke a lot of records on Max.
Shouts out to Max. You know what? You guys.
Shouts out to Colin Farrell.
Really out there after Netflix's ass. Yeah. They out there on Netflix's
Max
ass.
is doing that thing. That's an investment. If you don't have Max, I think, like for me, it goes Netflix and Max. Like I couldn't.
They close.
Yeah, I'm not.
Mad close. It's I feel like depending on the type of the season, they like switch. You know what I'm saying?
Penguin was amazing. We talked about this.
Penguin's good.
This is another one we talk about all the time that I feel like they just now getting their just dues, and we've been watching since season 1. Season 3 of From on MGM Plus.
The best show on TV.
Yeah, I would probably say hands down.
Harold Perrineau.
Amazing.
Perrineau.
I love you.
Goat. You were the goat.
I've been loved him.
I'm talking directly to you, to your face. You are amazing.
From Matrix, from Oz, from Romeo and Juliet, Best Man Holiday, Best Man. Like
every episode,
he has a new alcohol.
Every episode,
yeah, he has.
You perk? You see my ears perk up
with Tay Diggs and Morris Chestnut.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, they both. Oh, is it called like anything that has to do with Best Man?
No.
Because if it is, I'm buying it tomorrow. No, I wanted to say, From is not getting the credit it deserves. And I think it'll be one of those sleeper shows where maybe in the next couple of years we're gonna see like people do. I don't know if TikTok will exist, but TikToks or whatever.
They are though. And people are heavy on TikTok reviewing From.
You know what I mean?
But like it's just now starting to happen. I feel
like it hasn't gotten the steam. It needs the steam.
It needs more promoting.
Oh my god! I want From everywhere. I need that everywhere. Like, what kind of fucking that show makes me go, what the fuck every week? Every week.
All right, the next one, Grotesquerie. The one, Ryan
Grotesquerie.
Murphy. Whatever. Ryan Murphy, you did your thing.
You think?
I think so. Niecy Nash,
I think we're
bomb.
She looked amazing, but I cut down the middle.
Travis Kelce, good. Who else? Courtney B. Vance. Amazing.
Yeah.
That was a really good show. It was a twist on the twist. Again, another cerebral one where you have to really pay attention or you're not going to get it. I think it was based on a book. I think they did their thing. I know that you say they're missing that one ingredient because it's usually like Ryan Murphy and Manny Cotto. And Manny's no longer with us. So you're like, I feel like they're missing, but it was a good show.
It felt it. Oh, okay, I'll say this. For what it was, for what it was all right. But it does feel like something is missing for sure. I'll say that.
Okay, so the next one, and you guys can find that on Hulu. The next one is Cross.
Hey, I mentioned that earlier.
Alex Cross, and he stayed black. Like, stop playing with Alex Cross. I now watch that at night.
Well, I mean, Cross has been black for a while now.
No, but I know they were going to try to switch it. But
were they?
They were like, yeah. But James Patterson had always turned down the millions of them trying to say, well, let's turn him white.
No, he's always in black. Yeah.
So Cross, the series, they're doing numbers on Amazon. Again, Prime is up there too. Prime actually is number one.
They kind of like
Prime Max.
Well, you know what? Oh shit!
It's them three. They're top 3.
No, they boxing. Yeah, they're right there.
Prime Cross, you guys. If you haven't seen like Along Came the Spider, any of the Morgan Freeman movies, you probably want to take a look at that.
The Tyler Perry joint.
Yeah, skip the Tyler Perry. I commend him for trying because I would want to go behind Morgan Freeman too, but no,
skip it.
Go ahead and take my friend and go watch Cross on Prime.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely a top shelf right now for sure.
Right now, it just started, you guys. So we're only on episode 3 because I think they have 2 episodes that came out today. Dexter, Original Sin.
You can't do that. I'm gonna give the award anyway, but you can't do that.
And I'm gonna say it because I've been a Dexter fan and I know what they were giving. And what's the name is the executive producer?
What's his face? The main character.
Why do I not know his name? I'm sucking here. It's pissing me off.
I don't know his name.
Oh my gosh, I hate myself. you know who you are. But I got so many people on Dexter, and then they had the original Sin, and that was amazing. So I had no qualms about putting it on my list with it not being done. So I know that this one deserves an award. I watched the first episode last week. It's already good. It's going always back to the first season. It's bomb. It's like 1-to-1. The characters, the young characters to the old,
that's
bomb.
Cool. That's cool.
So if you guys haven't caught it yet, it just started. It is on Showtime. I think Showtime is now linked with Paramount, so you have to do Paramount now. The last one, and this is another one of those things where I haven't watched it yet because it don't come out until the day after Christmas. But I don't care because I was rooting for this. I was rooting for this before anybody even said it. Squid Game season 2.
Okay. Okay. You know what?
I'm actually taking I'm taking a leap on this. We haven't even watched it yet, and I'm giving it an award. Call me biased all you want to, but this is my podcast. This is my award ceremony. So Squid Game season 2. Here's your award, and you did amazing, and I know you did. And this is me.
I know you
did. This is future me telling you that you did amazing. Fucking idiot. Yeah. How do you feel like the shows? Like, do you agree with the shows we put on the list?
Most of those I definitely agree with. I can go without a few. You know who you are, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
But you haven't watched it though.
That shit trash.
It ain't.
But overall, pretty good list. And you know what? Congrats to all the winners. Y'all deserve it though. For real.
Next week we are gonna do the Ideally Tho Awards Part 2 for our movies and our albums of the year.
Yeah, that's
gonna be fun. Have categories for those.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Do you have any last words of wisdom before we head out for our Christmas weekend?
Y'all stay safe. Happy holidays. Love you all.
Merry Christmas, you guys. Happy holiday. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Feliz Navidad. And remember, you guys, we drop our new episodes every Friday on all streaming platforms. And we're on YouTube at Ideally Tho Pod. So like, subscribe, hit the bell button.
Share them shits.
And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah.